Hi and welcome. And I am back. So, for those of you wondering where I've been busy refocusing Dance with Angela to what is it that I really want to do, what I really came to share. And underneath the dance healing work that I've been doing for as long as I can remember is the energy healing work, which I actually studied energy healing, one of the first degrees or certificates that were run here through Nature Care College in Sydney back in the 90s, a long time ago. So what is energy healing? And some of you may not be interested in energy healing, but specifically energy healing is exploring what are the foundations of matter and physical energy, physical reality itself. So we can go into the nature of the relationship between physical matter and energy. So a lot of the original people who worked with energy healing in the 90s were using hands-on healing, remote healing, distant healing. Some of you know about Reiki. But beyond Reiki, there are thousands of different other energy healing modalities worldwide. Hi, Maya. Good to see you here. And I'm going to be launching a new group on Facebook where we're going to be exploring energy healing topics for how our bodies and our civilization is moving into a new way of understanding energy and reality itself, physical reality. Like, how do we feel things in our body? And how reality is for us is actually in flux. It's changing. It's always been a process for me to understand how energy works since I was a child. And as I started to work with healing, what I discovered is that the body is not just physical. Things started to change in front of my eyes in the dance when I was dancing. So it's been my lifelong mission to create a healing school with the dance. And part of that is the energy healing work. So the Facebook group will be sharing tips and tricks and experiences about energy healing. How does that work if you're empathic and you pick up a lot? And how do we as a species move forward through understanding our emotions, through listening to the body, through feeling energy, through releasing energy? Now, a big thing about energy is when you pick up, why you pick up, and what's the purpose of that. Basically, the purpose is to understand we're all one human species. So if any of you know me at all, you'll know I'm a big science fiction fan. But what we learn from all of those narratives in science fiction is that there are species that operate as one species, like the Borg from Star Trek, or the mushroom species. Some of you may know about the mushroom species on Earth, works as one consciousness. So actually, human species acts as one consciousness. So one of the reasons, the main reason we pick up is because we're now moving into that understanding that we are one human consciousness. If you look at the media and the news right now, they're trying to share that we're not one species. We're separate, we're divided species. And that's a part of the consciousness that we have to explore at these times, how we are divided, why are we exploring that so we can heal it. So a large part of the Facebook group will be also understanding when things come up that make you feel separate or make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel like, oh, what am I feeling? We're going to be exploring what that is. And I'll do a Zoom twice a month, a free Zoom. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time and 5 p.m. Pacific, and that will be changing in Australia. So right now it's 12 o'clock Mondays for February, and then March that will start to change with our change in the time that we run by, the matrix of the times frames that humanity runs by. So these Zooms are going to be teaching some of the subjects in the ebook that I have, How to Stop Taking on Other People's Energy. It's a very simple ebook. You can read it in 15 minutes. So I'll be embodying some of the teachings from the ebook and giving them some three-dimensionality and answering some questions that people might have about current events. Why are we seeing the Earth going through such separation and division? And beyond the why is it happening is exploring for you individually what's your piece of the great human collective that we're becoming one. So each person, there's 8 billion plus people on the planet, has a specific piece of the one. So we all have that one human consciousness inside of us, and energy healing will help you access what's your piece. It may not actually be revealed to you in one huge download. And that's what I've learned from the decades of energy healing, that each person I interacted with, each moment, each butterfly, each breath, each dance class, each song that I heard on the radio was a new moment. And in that moment, it may not be an experience of healing where I'm transformed, but it may be a connection to my oneness of being one with the whole universe, with the whole of the human experience, with the time, the period of time that we were moving through at that time. So I'll just briefly share a story from the past when I grew up, when I started to, this is before I started energy healing in the late 90s. During the 90s, a lot of us here in Australia were doing things like going dancing in nightclubs. And I was very curious as to why. Why were we so connected to being together with all these flashing lights, loud music, and some of us were taking substances to try and get out of our bodies? And I found it very strange. Why were we trying to get out of our bodies and experience this collective oneness? We didn't call it oneness back then. We were trying to experience that tribal connection. And in my experience, it was the same thing that every other culture was looking for. If you go back to, I've met many people who went through Woodstock, went through the 60s, went through the 70s, where they were coming together and looking for that collective oneness. I've met people in tribal circumstances or in traditional villages where they come together in Bali and they do specific traditional dances where they're all moving in synastry, and the audience is also engaging in that and listening to the music, and they become one with the music. So what I understood as why are we looking for this is that deep within our body, deep within our cells, deep within our heart, deep within the very breathing and rhythm of our body, we know that we're one species. That's why we're looking for it in all these circumstances. We know it. It's in our body. It's in our cells. And so when I was going out, I used to be in that moment where I found my body trying to work out in the club where I should dance, or trying to find my groove, trying to get more relaxed. And then often it didn't happen, and I would be struggling in that night to find the vibe, the right connection. And eventually what happened was it would be something settled in, something I would find a rhythm or a space within myself where I finally felt connected. And I'd spent that whole journey to get to the club, to find the place that I was supposed to be at, to try to get that one moment. And that moment then, after I partied all night, I might be taking public transport home. It was dawn, or I'd be walking down the street, and I had finally found the state. And so what I'm realizing now is that all of that preparation going through the 90s was trying to get more and more into a permanent state of feeling oneness, of feeling like I am connected to that knowing that we are all one, or the feeling that we're all one. And every thought or lack of connection is a part of that journey. So it's never a bad thought. Even negative thoughts, they're all part of the journey. They're just there. But it's me building that connection to the oneness in our heart, in our species, in my cells, in our bodies, that we're all connected. So even if you're feeling right now the world is a discombobulated place, or you're looking at the media and you're thinking, huh? And you're wondering your role, it's all important what you're thinking, what you're feeling. It's all valuable. It's all significant. It's all, it has meaning, but don't give it more meaning. Don't think that person out there is a bleep or think you are a bad person. If you can avoid thinking that, don't think those things. Don't add stories to it. But what you're going through is a part of a collective process now where we're literally just cleaning out that disconnection collectively so we can come back to what we know in our cells, in our atomic structure. It's all there. We're all part of a collective moving in this conscious experience, but a lot of us are unconscious to what's going on in our bodies, and we're becoming more and more in touch with it. It doesn't mean you're just going to be mindfully aware. In my experience with the energy healing and the dance, the mind isn't there. I'm actually in the process of my body. I'm in the process of my cells. I'm in the breath. I'm in the music. I'm in the dance. And when I work with people in energy work, there is also a oneness with their thoughts, with their unprocessed feelings or hurts. And there's a oneness also with that beauty of the whole package of the personality, with its inconsistency, its disconnect, its its lack of self-love. There's a oneness in that too. You can just create the space to hold it all. And that's what Dance with Angela is about, really. It's all about holding a space to hold your things that you don't like about yourself and be at one with that, be okay with that. And from being okay with it, this deep love just happens. So check out the links in the description. You can join the Facebook group. It's a private group. Come along to the live Zooms. They are recorded. So I'm trying to work out so people's faces don't end up on the video, because I will be repurposing the videos for later content. And you can check out the ebook, How to Stop Taking on Other People's Energy. And the links on Instagram will be in my description. I haven't worked out how to put links on live videos on Instagram. I look forward to hearing any questions or topics you want to explore. If they are current event topics, my main rule is we don't criticize and judge people. This is about looking at, if you have a judgment, what is that showing about you, and how you can become at one with that part of yourself. Yes, so Maya, I'll post in the comments, if you comment on Facebook, I'll post a link to the ebook. It's called How to Stop Taking on Other People's Energy. And I'll see after the live how I can do that, because I haven't got the link with me now. And so thank you for joining and for watching. And I look forward to joining you on Zooms. It'll be twice a month, and usually it'll be the second Sunday in USA and the fourth Sunday. And I'll post the links in the groups and on the lives as well. So I'll be connecting with you soon more. Thanks, Maya. I'm happy to do it too. I feel like I'm in my flow. Thanks so much, and see you soon. Bye.